It's Week 16 of the 2033 season, and all eyes are on Saquon Barkley, who's one of the best in the league at running the ball, sitting in fourth. It's the Eagles and the Giants under the lights on Sunday night.
Well, we have a cold night in the Northeast. A bad evening to be without a parka, but we are set for football at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. I'm Brandon Gordon. He's Charles Davis. Full disclosure, we both have mittens. We both have coats on up here in the booth. This one, it's going to be interesting.
I've got the long johns, the socks, the boots, you name it. You know me and cold weather, we don't get along all that well. But these games are always interesting because you never know how it's going to play out. One slip, someone's going for 80 yards, and you could lose a game.
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. And led out by their veteran quarterback. He's been around a while. They don't celebrate birthdays for him. They just cut him up, see how many rings he's got around the middle. He has been in the league a long time.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw one touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
Back to throw now on first down. Again, it's Johnson. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll bring up second down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the Eagles' 48-yard line.
They'll look to throw. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right.
Under pressure, they got him again. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. And the Giants send out their punter now. Saquon Barkley deep to return. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. Taking it about the 16. 47-yard punt, a return of 4. And the Eagles will have it taking over 1st and 10. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The second-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
Tremendous production in college at 2 different universities, and this is a guy who was a finalist for the Heisman Trophy. Still much more of a runner than a thrower, but has plenty of arm and is capable of making the big throws downfield. And don't underestimate his ability to think the game. Remember, he's the son of a coach.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. Hurts. Looking for Jeffrey, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kayvon Thibodeau. And this one will be brought back to the 22. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
As the Giants head back out there, let's take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. Well, with 3 weeks left, they are in one of those 3 wild card spots, Charles, but that spot is not clinched, and there's not a ton of breathing room for them, so the bottom line, they just need to focus on winning right now.
Yeah, totally have their eyes open, don't they? They know they've got teams trying to run them down. They can hear their footsteps. The question coaches ask guys in the locker room, do you have another gear left to pull away and lock in that playoff spot? If so, let's hit it.
A throw right side caught by Neighbors. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 7-yard line.
Straight ahead, here's Tracy. And he gets him a little bit closer, takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Giants use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one.
We're still in the first quarter, but it's apparent they're going to have to come up with a different defensive game plan for him because...
And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it was finished off by a touchdown by the New York Giants. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Powering his way forward, and able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. The Eagles offense and their quarterback coming out for their 2nd drive. And he continues to be a nightmare for teams to defend in the red zone. You see the graphic. He's 2nd in the NFL in terms of rushing touchdowns by a quarterback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
His first catch, good for 8 and a 1st down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Throwing is Hurts. Buying time to his left. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on 1st down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid game to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
A gain of 5. And the Eagles' 1st down.
Again, it's Barkley. Good footwork at the 30. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. Well, it's kind of fitting. A couple days ago when we met with him, I said, what is it about your running game that's so effective? He said, I like to tag myself as elusive. He was pretty elusive right there.
And his teammates appreciate that because they know they don't have to hold their blocks for very long. As one of them told us, if I just breathe some bad breath on the guy in front of me, that's all I need to do, and he's gone.
Now we're 1st and 10 at the 11. They'll give it to Barkley off the option play. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And running room hard to to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Here's Hurts to throw.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Jalen Hurts
with career touchdown number 128. He's now tied with Marvin Harrison for number 9 on the all-time list.
And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. Now, these are not going to be easy on a cold, snowy night, but this one is up and through. So that drive in total 8 plays. And the capper that put it in the end zone, a run of 8 yards. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
And New York set to take the field.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last.
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
You know I love football. You know I love the game. But nighttime in December, you know I'm wearing multiple coats. So I just wonder about the guys on the field with all the great gear that they have. Do they have enough on, or do they have too much on? Because sometimes that can affect you trying to carry the ball.
The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. A tough challenge here in this one. We'll see if he can duplicate the numbers on your screen that he put up last week, up over 100 and a touchdown.
When we're watching tape to prepare for this game, one thing you noted that I totally agree with, great complimentary piece in the last game. You know, they're able to throw it pretty well. He ran it exceptionally, and they hope to continue that same formula in this game.
Complimentary with an E, not an I.
That's my English teacher right there.
Hurts sets up to throw it. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley.
And he'll go down at the 28.
They'll come up now, 3rd and 3. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. From the gun, it's Hurts.
Rolling to his left. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first. He'll drop to throw. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. It's a loss of 5 there on the sack to bring up 2nd and goal.
Now Hurts on the option right.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown.
Jalen Hurts
with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Eagles have taken the lead. Well, Charles, he's already proven that he's not afraid to tuck that football down on the option, and he's into the end zone for the 2nd time in the game.
And that's exactly what you need from your quarterback. The ability to run the ball fearlessly. And in fact, many quarterbacks will tell you running the football doesn't scare them. Standing in the pocket and taking blindside hits, that's what terrifies them.
So the drive there took 6 plays and a 9-yard run on the end of it. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
Ready to roll for the second quarter from MetLife Stadium. The Giants with the football.
2nd and 6.
As they've got it as we resume action. 2nd and 6. He's got his man Cruz. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. In motion left goes a tight end.
Tracy going to get it on 1st down.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 11 more on that one and another 1st down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
They'll go again with Tracy.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play. They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. They'll set up a throw.
And quickly into the hands of Robinson.
It'll be a gain of 5. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the 1st.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And now the ball's out. Fumbled near midfield. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. Now their last 2 drives, both ending in touchdowns. It's gotten them this 14-7 lead.
And it looks to me, and I think you're probably seeing the exact same thing, they're in an ideal spot now to create some separation. The way that they're functioning on offense now, they can create a pretty good gap, allows their defense to play with a little more verve and confidence.
A big article in the paper this morning about them stringing possessions together for consecutive touchdowns. Well, right here, they're trying to make it 3 in a row. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? New York set to take the field.
And they'll take over here following the interception with a chance to tie the ball game. It's 1st and 10.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
What a way to start a drive. An excellent run, a tone setter, and now if you want to take a shot on 2nd down and go play action and make it look like the same exact play and throw it over the top, you can do so because you've established the run in a big way.
This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down.
Looking to throw.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
4th down now looming after Philly's defense stands tall in coverage.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
And caught by Cruz. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Absolutely nowhere to go with the football, and he's just going to put this one in the Hudson River. Maybe he's a little fortunate he didn't get called for grounding because that one was well over everyone's head.
That one taken in by Neighbors.
And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3. The Giants on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 7. Back to throw again.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he will take it all in for a Giant touchdown. A great play there. With his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year.
And the Giants are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
On that third down call, the goal was to get the ball to their tight end and pick up a first down, but he wasn't satisfied with just that. They got the first down. That was the gravy. He decided to take in the whole meal and rumbled in for a touchdown.
Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 14. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it was polished off by a Giants touchdown. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. They start from scratch here, so to speak. 14 all following the interception last time that led to a score. Well, they've got it 1st and 10.
He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown.
And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there.
And from the 34, here's 2nd and 4. A handoff to Barkley on the option.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
46 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He'll get this out to Barkley complete. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10, right at the 40. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that.
2nd down. They'll set up to throw. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end Goddard. And they move this all the way down to the 9. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense could get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
And they'll try the option on 1st and goal.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Jalen Hurts
on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Eagles have moved out in front. This is becoming quite the half he's had here.
Remember in our pregame meetings, they talked about wanting to run the football and staying with it? Well, when you're scoring this many touchdowns, there's no reason to go away from it, is there? They are off to a fantastic start. They hope it continues.
3 already for him.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And the lead is now 21-14.
Giants 14.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And possession switching back to the New York Giants.
They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
That's complete. It's Neighbors.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
They'll look to throw. Here's a diving catch right side.
16 more on that one and another first down.
I know it looks like fun to guys like you and me. We're up here in the booth and to everyone watching on television, but are you kidding me? In the snow, that type of a play, in the cold, you know that had to hurt to make that play.
I'm just mad he didn't make a snow angel while he was down there. Opportunity missed.
They'll hand it to Tracy.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, kind of a quirk in the schedule. These two division rivals didn't see each other much of the year. Their first meeting was just a few weeks ago, back in Week 14. And it was the Giants with a road victory, so they'll look for the sweep here in MetLife Stadium.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Looking for Cruz, and it's intercepted.
And the Eagles will take over here just shy of the 30. Well, he had to wait until December, but congrats to the rookie, his first INT.
Yeah, he's been a reliable contributor for this defense throughout the season. Definitely got a bright future and has gotten even brighter after making that play.
The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. He's been effective so far, over the 40-yard mark here in the second quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football, and they've moved them out of the way for the runner.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Hurts.
They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
This now a 3rd and 4. Throwing is Hurts. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5.
First down, Eagles.
Here's Hurts to throw. Target is to Dodson, and he's got him.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Caught right side is Jeffrey. 7 yards there and a first down. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
From the gun, it's Hurts. Looking for Dodson, and he's got him.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The Eagle passing game looking good on this drive. It's a first down.
That catch, by the way, number 542 in his NFL career, that draws him level with Lance Allworth, who was a Hall of Famer with the Chargers back in the 60s and 70s.
Yeah, the man they call Bambi. So if you're in that type of territory, catch the same number of passes he caught, you know you're on your way to a big-time career. And just think, he's not through yet.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, this from 34. Butker's kick here is good, and the lead works its way up to 10, 24-14.
Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They'll throw now on the final play. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So we've reached halftime here, and it's our visitors, the Eagles, leading this one. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started up at Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati, where it was the Bengals who were able to pick up the victory at home. Joe Burrow, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. From there, we head down to Tennessee to check on the Titans at home in Nashville. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting L.A.
Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the third quarter.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3.
And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Eagles offense and Jalen Hurts ready to take over once more. And it's been a rough night at the office for him. He's been more of a liability than an asset throughout the contest. And this offense is having a hard time overcoming his struggles to this point.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Barkley, inside handoff. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
Able to shake him off. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down.
The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
To me, the defense was looking a little gassed near the end of the first half, but they come out of the locker room with a little extra spring in their step. Wonder what they did at halftime to get them so motivated.
I don't know, but that sack looked good. Now let's see if they can build on the momentum of that play. The Eagles send out their punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. That's taken inside his own 40. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half.
And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
Back to throw here. And that'll be incomplete.
We're going to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception.
And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line.
Well, it's a cold night, and whether you're a quarterback that wears a glove on his throwing hand or not, that ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you, and that may have been what happened there.
The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field.
And they'll have good field position here following the interception and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. A give to Barkley out of the gun. Powerful running. Stopped short of the 25. The nice move couldn't ultimately free him.
59 yards rushing for him now to this point. Ball on the 27. Here's a 2nd and 4.
Now back to throw. His throw incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'm guaranteed he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Butker's kick here is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So the interception set him up a terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Possession of the football going back over to the Giants. And this group has suffered far too many self-inflicted wounds thus far as we run through some of the mistakes. It's darn near impossible to win in this league when you're turning the ball over at the frequency that they have.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
So now, Charles, this drive may be a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. They'll send the big tight end in motion right.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Right back to Tracy. To the 43, 2nd down.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough one.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Brings up 3rd down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. This is fielded at the 27. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return.
And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. The visitors' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end, trying to come up with ways to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those opportunities into big plays. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
He'll look to throw.
And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley.
They get 6. That'll leave him with 3rd and 4. He'll drop to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Throwing quickly, that's caught by Brown out wide. And he is going to lose yardage here.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense.
Well, they completed the pass but lost yardage, so they'll decline the penalty.
Perfect play for them, isn't it? Who needs a penalty when you try and throw the ball, you don't even get it downfield, and they go ahead and snuff out the play. They'll take that as a result.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
A gain of 16 yards. First down, Philadelphia.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
He delivers another together, complete.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
A 7-yard pickup. Brings up second and 3. At the 25-yard line.
From the 25 on second down. Hurts. It'll be a pickup of 4. Good enough to earn him yet another first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And
he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Kayvon Thibodeau, he beat the O-line and recorded the sack.
There's a reason inside linebackers are often captains of a defense. They call the signals. They have the opportunity to affect the game in coverage, against the run, and, of course, on blitzes. Living in the best of both worlds here. Already has an interception. Now he gets to record a sack, too.
After the sack on first down, Hurts. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Jahan Dotson
with career touchdown number 75. As his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
Hurts will throw. And Hurts is intercepted, his third of the game.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10.
They'll start with a run by Tracy to about the 33-yard line. From the 33, here's second down at 8. 2
yards on the pickup. It's second and 8.
On the give, it's Tracy.
And he'll work this one up to about the 38. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up third and 3.
They'll set up a throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
It's a gain of 16 yards. Here we go. That's good for a Giants first down. First and 10.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5. Welcome back now here in East Rutherford. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Back to throw. This is caught by Robinson. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that's going to set up a tough third and 9.
It's a gain of 6. Brings up third and 9.
They'll drop to throw. And he is caught. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 33. The third down conversion successful. A gain of 11. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10. They'll look to throw here. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
This has obviously been a bad loss, but one of the few things they can still do is try and throw the ball all the way to the end zone and get some points on the board so they're not shut out over the final 2 quarters of this game.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Over the middle, he completes it to Robinson.
And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 21.
A gain of 12 yards. That's good for a Giants first down. First and 10.
They'll look to throw again. And the catch made by Johnson.
And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and that's going to bring up second down.
At the Eagles' 18-yard line.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Nolan Smith.
He continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
He's got his man Cruz.
Yeah, he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
2 yards on the pickup there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Out is Jake Bates to try the field goal.
This a 40-yard attempt from the left hash.
Bates' kick is good.
And that'll get the deficit back to 16. Well, with that field goal, you can argue they needed to get back within 2 scores, and they did indeed do that, but still a pretty uphill battle.
Still going to take 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to get back into it. And as you and I know, that's a tall order against any NFL defense. They're going to need their own defense to make some plays as well to give them an opportunity.
And they will wrangle him down a couple of yards shy of the 30. Now, whistles and a stoppage here. Looks like one of the Eagles is in some discomfort out there. Well, always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down.
Throwing is Hurts.
And this is caught. It's Brown. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6.
Hurts.
And he can't get away forever, and down he goes.
Not the first and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
They'll give it to Barkley off the option play.
And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal.
Here's Hurts to throw.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Call it a big loss of 10 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th and goal.
Well, this has turned into an absolute week to forget for this quarterback. Multiple sacks, pair that with multiple turnovers. As far as he's concerned, if he ever sees this defense again, it'll be way too soon.
Now Harrison Butker for the field goal try. This to make it a 3-score game late. Butker's kick here is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle. A 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
Well, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
And New York set to take the field.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnelled. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They'll look to throw here on first down. It's complete to Robinson. Still fighting for more. How did he stay on his feet? And they do finally get him at the 12.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Back to throw again. Got his tight end. That's complete. That's Johnson. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. Touchdown, Giants! From 6 yards away. And the Giants have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Well, they needed 3 scores to have any chance. There's the first of the 3 as they get into the end zone.
Yeah, Brandon, I think that our guys at Next Gen Stats in charge of the win probability are probably saying your chances still aren't great. But now, you still got more than 3 minutes to go. You got to focus on the task at hand, which is going to be getting the football back as quickly as possible.
2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Eagles hands team able to cover it up. He can't get him down. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10.
Up the middle with Barkley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 46-yard line.
They'll run it again with Barkley. And down inside the 40 to about the 38.
70 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit 4 of 7. Here it's 3rd and 2. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left.
Five points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down.
The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
No dice this go around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3. Here's a give to Barkley.
And that should do it. He's got a 1st down. And the Eagles
Illegal
can
block
run
in
it
the
out
back.
from here.
Offense.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. After the penalty, they go with Barkley. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a 1st down. It's a pickup of 2, and that's good enough to just about write a finish to this one.
1st down, Philadelphia.
Hurts down to one knee, and that should just about do it.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one. So fly, Eagles, fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia. And I tell you what, the snow, not only did it not dampen the crowd's enthusiasm, they were great, but it didn't slow down the offenses either.
Let's start with the first thing you said, the crowd. Normally when it snows, what do you want to do? You bundle up, right? You don't get out of your seat. You don't cheer as loudly. That didn't happen with this crew. They were into it. And then the second part, offenses execute at a high level when you expected maybe to see a few more turnovers, the ball slip out of guys' hands. They took care of the ball in a big way.
So for the Eagles, it's a critical win for them as it gets them to 9-6 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Jets, their playoff hopes take a big hit as they fall to 8-7. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Washington. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.